When fans talk about their least favorite WrestleManias, WrestleMania 11 is usually on everyone's list. This one was right in WWE's backyard, Hartford, Connecticut, and of course was headlined by the big Lawrence Taylor versus Bam Bam Bigelow match. WWE brought in Lawrence Taylor to kind of be a celebrity wrestler guest for them during the WrestleMania season. They set all this up at the Royal Rumble when Bam Bam shoved Lawrence Taylor after his tag team loss. That led to them booking a match for WrestleMania, and they put it in the main event. And all things considered, Lawrence Taylor did very well. He actually held his own in there. It was not a bad match. Bam Bam Bigelow carried the whole thing, of course. And you had a mixture of a lot of NFL players in there, including Steve Mongo McMichael and Reggie White, all backing up Lawrence Taylor. WWE was so thirsty and desperate for outside media attention back in these days. They were doing whatever they could, even if it meant putting an NFL player in the main event of WrestleMania. Unfortunately, this meant the WWF Championship match would not be in the main event as Diesel defended against Shawn Michaels. This was an okay match, but it had a really screwy finish with Sid distracting the referee while Shawn had the pin on Diesel after hitting him with the sweet chin music. Diesel then recovered, hit one of the worst power bombs of all time on Shawn Michaels to be the first champion since Hulk Hogan to retain the championship at WrestleMania. You got to go all the way back to WrestleMania 3 to see a world champion retain at Mania. But this was a finish that ultimately turned Shawn Michaels babyface the very next night on Raw. The Undertaker's winning streak continued at this event after he missed WrestleMania 10. He's up against another monster, this time defeating King Kong Bundy in a terrible match that was almost as bad as the one he had at WrestleMania 9 with Giant Gonzalez. Bret Hart and Bob Backlund finally blew off their issue in an I Quit match, with Rowdy Roddy Piper showing up for the second straight year as the special guest referee in a Bret Hart match. On paper, this should have been decent, but it was terrible. Horrible match, boring as all hell, and it ended with Bob Backlund not even saying the words "I quit." He just screamed, "Yeah, yeah," and Piper calls for the bell, and Bret wins. Little brother Owen had a good night at WrestleMania 11, winning his first championship in the company, teaming up with mystery partner Yokozuna to take down the Smoking Guns. And I remember when Yoko came back, he looked bigger than ever. Very happy for Owen finally winning some gold. Other than that, we just had the newly formed Allied Powers beating Jacob and Eli Blue, the Harris twins, and we had Razor Ramon unsuccessful in his attempt to win back the Intercontinental Championship from Jeff Jarrett as he got the win via disqualification. And that was pretty much your entire card for WrestleMania 11.